Imagine sipping your morning joe in a cozy cabin you built with your own hands, only to get slapped with a $30,000 fine for violating rules on land that isn't even theirs. That's the nightmare that kicked off my hell with the HOA Queen Bee. But oh boy, did the tables turn in the most deliciously ironic way. Buckle up, folks. This tale of suburban tyranny and sweet payback will have you fuming and chuckling at the same time. Out in the leafy suburbs of Evergreen Meadows, Colorado, where every lawn is clipped to HOA perfection and smiles hide seething resentments, lived Tom Harlan, a retired mechanic pushing 55. After losing his wife to a long illness, Tom inherited a rugged 35-acre patch from his late uncle, just beyond the gated community's edge, far enough for peace, close enough for nosy eyes. He started building a simple log retreat there. Nothing flashy, just beams and nails hammered with quiet grief, pulling all the county permits like a pro who'd fixed one too many botched wiring jobs. Enter Beatrice B. Caldwell, the self-crowned HOA president, a rotund busybody in her late 50s who strutted around like she owned the zoning gods. With her pearl necklace choking her neck and a clipboard eternally clutched like a scepter, B preached community harmony in that syrupy voice that dripped fake concern. We must uphold standards for everyone's benefit, she'd coo at meetings, all while fining folks for bird feeders that clashed with her approved color palette. Tom had always nodded politely, even when whispers started about him being unstable after his loss, gossip she subtly fanned to keep her throne secure. One crisp fall morning, Tom found a certified envelope on his doorstep, demanding $30,000 for his illegal eyesore cabin. He stared at it over black coffee, the steam curling like his rising temper. This land's grandfathered. Outside your map, he muttered. But B wasn't having it. When he called her, her tone was pure velvet venom. Mr. Harlan, our covenants protect property values everywhere. Ignorance isn't bliss. Dear, Tom bit his tongue, watching from his window as she paraded past, measuring neighbors' hedges with theatrical sighs, her face puckering like she'd sucked a lemon. Things escalated faster than a bad rumor. B unleashed her arsenal. Anonymous complaints to code enforcement claiming Tom's cabin was a meth lab hazard, turning his trips for lumber into neighborhood stakeouts. Whispers morphed into outright slander. Poor Tom's cracking up. Building that shack to hide bodies or something. At the grocery store, folks averted eyes, murmuring, "Grief makes folks erratic." Tom stayed silent, jotting notes in a battered journal, his mechanic's eye spotting every crack in her facade. When she knocked one evening with her entourage, offering to reduce the fine to $5,000 if he demolished it, Tom smiled thinly. Generous, B. But let's chat boundaries first. Her eyes narrowed. Standards aren't negotiable, Mr. Harlan. The absurdity peaked when Tom dug into public records at the county office, the fluorescent buzz matching his building fury. Lo and behold, HOA docs confirmed his land was 792 feet beyond their grasp, plus, buried in fine print, hints of padded legal fees funneled to BEA's cronies. He mailed surveys and queries to every homeowner, sparking grumbles. B retaliated with a lean threat on his house and an emergency meeting to brand him a disruptor. This rogue element threatens our serene lifestyle, she declared to a packed room, her chins quivering with feigned outrage as she waved violation notices like confetti. But Tom stood up, calm as a socket wrench. B. If harmony means stealing dues for your lawyer pals, count me out. Murmurs turned to shouts. Where's our playground fund? As her deflections crumbled into hilarious stammers. These are complex fiduciary matters. Chaos erupted when a neighbor flashed bank statements showing BEA's management company siphoning thousands, her home address on the invoices. The room gasped, BEA's face bloated red. Sputtering. This is defamation by malcontents. Tom revealed security cam footage of her sneaking onto his lot at dusk, crowbar in hand, prying at his fence in a botched sabotage attempt, her high heels sinking comically into mud. "For inspection, right?" he quipped. Laughter mixed with booze as deputies arrived, cuffing her mid-rant about ungrateful peasants. Media swarmed, her viral meltdown, pearl scattering, was pure schadenfreude gold. In the end, the feds unraveled her embezzlement web, $200K recovered. Bogus fines voided. Be sentenced to 3 years for fraud. Evergreen Meadows reformed with transparent boards, and Tom's cabin stood tall, a beacon of quiet defiance. Neighbors toasted him at barbecues, the air finally free of her stifling rules. Justice tasted sweeter than victory laps, proof that patience dismantles tyrants. But tell me, was Tom the real villain for exposing the HOA's greater good lies? Or was BEA's control freakery justified? Drop your take below. Who's truly wrong here?